Thank you for joining me. My name is Mike Fox. We are live from the Chongqing Sports Complex right here in Beijing for the second edition for the Belt and Road Fighting Championship. We've got fighters from the 7 countries involved in the initiative. So I'll be with you for the next 40 minutes or so, doing a bit of reaction from people here in the stadium. Got a couple of interviews lined up, one with Liu Yan. You might know her as an actress, very famous Chinese actress. Also the Queen of 9-Ball, Pan Xiaoting. She's going to be joining me to talk about the mental similarities in what it takes to be a pool player and a fighter. Also, who's in the ring right now is Jason Herzog, very well respected UFC referee. But right now, it is my pleasure to hand over to my dear colleague, Greg Lafrady. Greg, thanks for joining us today. You're a big MMA fighter. That was one of the first things we ever talked about. How's this event shaping up for you? You enjoying yourself?
Well, this is the first MMA fight of the evening after we've been treated to 3 free combat fights. Right now, we've got a fight in the 61-kilogram division. Representing China is the young Wu Zi. Already, he's doing quite well, as you can see in the ring. Both fighters are on the ground. They're working a bit of ground and pound. We've got Shamil Nasrudinov on top right now, on top of Wu Zi. He's looking to adjust position. He's got him in full guard, looking to work from his back. We'll see if he can attempt any submissions from this point. But right now, he's just trying to work, gain control, limit the damage that he takes while on his back. The rush. So this is mixed martial arts, and mixed martial arts much different than the free combat that we saw earlier. One of the big differences, obviously, if the fight goes to the ground, it continues on the ground. In fact, this is where a lot of the action may take place. A fighter from this point will look to work strikes, ground and pound by punching their opponent down on their back, or they'll try and work for a submission, such as a choke or an armbar, to try and get their opponent to tap out, thus ending the fight. Free combat that we saw before is more a stand-up striking style fighting. If the fight goes to the round, the referee stops it, brings the fighters back to their feet. So, a little bit of something for everyone. If you like your striking, or if you like work on the ground, you're going to get it all tonight. Wu Zi now looking to adjust position. Working a neck crank, he's controlling the posture from the back. Whoa. The Russian still on top, maintaining control, but Wu Zi has managed to limit any damage that he's taken so far. A close fight and a tough first round. People at home don't understand how grueling this part of the game is. For those not versed in MMA, this can seem a little bit boring. You want to see the exciting punches and kicks. But this is a very important part of the fight. The Russian now trying to attempt to take Wu Zi's back. From there, he might be able to sink in a rear naked choke, perhaps go for a fight-ending submission. Again, the Russian maintaining top control. It looks like he might have side control. He's going for a choke right now, Wu Zi. Shamil going for a choke right now. Wu Zi fighting it off. He may be able to pop out of this and get top control. And it's over. Referee has called an end to the fight. Fight is over. Wu Zi has tapped out due to a submission. That was a guillotine choke from Shamil Nasrudinov. The Russian has prevailed after some good work on the ground. Disappointing for Wu Zi, but he gained some valuable experience. Wu Zi came in here with just a record of 1 win and 1 loss. He was pitting himself against... That's right. So Wu Zi came in here with just a record of 1 win and 1 loss. He was pitting himself against somebody who's already fought 11 times at the professional level. So a fantastic experience for Wu Zi. A disappointing end, that result, but he acquitted himself quite well. Unlucky he got caught by a guillotine choke by really a more experienced fighter. But no...
Be almost late to the mixed martial arts party in terms of how commercial it is now.
Well, China traditionally has a history of striking. Fantastic at kung fu, other disciplines that require fighters to stay on their feet. What we're seeing now are more and more, especially fighters coming from Russia, from Belarus, they're more versed on the ground. Their wrestling and grappling skills are going to be better than the Chinese, and that's what we saw right there with the Russian prevailing on the ground. Chinese fighters perhaps tend to be more exciting. looking to get the big knockout, the big win. But look, this is one of the best parts of this sport. The brotherhood, the camaraderie. These guys were just trying to take each other's heads off. I'd be too happy to share a handshake and a smile after. Wouldn't you? Talk about strengthening ties between two countries. Ha! I'm having a hard time keeping my attention over here.
So what is
Let's look back there.
Step? Do you think, as an MMA fan, what do you think is going to happen more when it comes to mixed martial arts in China? More promotions, or are they still a way away from reaching their potential?
Well, as you look around this auditorium, this venue, these fans are excited. They're here. They may not know everything that's going on in the ring, some of the technical aspects, but the interest is there. From the interest, it's only going to grow.
Translator for this. Okay, this is my lovely translator, Mudan. Thanks for joining me. Thanks, guys. No, thank you very much for joining me. Now, as a pool player, you know all about mental preparation. Similarities between fighters and pool players when it comes to how they prepare mentally. Sorry, there's a lot of noise here, that's why we're struggling to. When pool players and fighters prepare, obviously it's a different sport, there's no contact involved in pool, but is the mental preparation the same, do you think?
其实因为我是运动员，所以我看这个比赛的感觉还是蛮纠结的。我看的可能更多的是另外一面的，比如说他们的技战术啊，他们为了这个比赛有哪些准备啊，或者是心态上的一些变化。所以对于我来说，来观看这样的比赛对我的感触是很大的。首先希望他们可以取得好的成绩，另外就是也希望这样的观赛能对我自身的这个台球事业能起到一定的帮助。
Okay. Can you just talk about your role here today and why you're involved in the MMA event?
可不可以说一下你在这个比赛中的作用，然后你今天为什么来？首先因为比较喜欢健身，台球是。没有到这种对抗性，所以对于我来说，观看这种技战术的对抗性冲击还是蛮大的。那我现在目前的阶段只是在一个健身，然后增强体能的这样的一个阶段。
I've got a bit of a hypothetical question here. Would you take part in an MMA fight if you were allowed to use your pool cue as a weapon and the opponent wasn't? But the opponent couldn't.
可以拿球杆吗 I can use my cue stick.
Yeah, so it's sharp. You can break it in two. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the evening. That was Pan Xiaoting, the Queen of 9-ball, joining me live. I just forgot to mention earlier we're being streamed live on Facebook and on YouTube and in Sinowevo, CGTN app, of course, as well. We're going to go back to my friend Greg. That was Pan Xiaoting, the Queen of 9-ball. Do you know her?
I'm a bit of a pool fan, yes, I have.
Yes, she just said that
I'm a
if
bit
she
of
was
a pool
allowed
fan,
to use
yes,
her
I have.
pool cue as a weapon and their opponent wasn't, then she would take part in an MMA fight. Can you imagine Ronda Rousey charging at her, but she's so broken into it?
I can see her
to be honest, I wouldn't like that.
that.
No, that's true. They're stabbing heels. Right, what have we got here, Greg?
I wouldn't want her to be in there with those heels either. She could take somebody's head off with that. We've got another mixed martial arts fight. MMA bout, 270-kilogram combatants ready to take the ring. Once again, MMA. So you're going to see a lot of action likely on the ground. Representing China, Often from Russia, you see these fighters are more skilled in the groundwork. So watch for the Russian to try and take the fight to the ground, while the Chinese fighter is going to try and keep it on the feet. Look for the knockout, a kick, something to end the fight quickly, while the Russian is going to try and work in a choke like we saw in the previous fight.
We're also privileged to have your Bible with us.
Never go home without, never leave home without it. So the referee is giving some last-minute instructions, getting the fighters ready. They're soon going to take the center of the ring for the instructions, and we'll be underway. So right now the referee is applying a bit of Vaseline to the fighters' faces. These fighters are using small 4-ounce gloves. The Vaseline is there to help the punches slip off and to limit the amount of cuts that will come from leather directly contacting the face. So like all the bouts today, this MMA contest will be 3 5-minute rounds, should it need to go that long. Of course, it could be ended earlier by a submission or a knockout.
What brings them together?
Mike, do you see how the referee
signal,
starts
right?
the fight? Some might clap, some might bring it on, but he gets his leg in there. He starts it with a kick. It's not a common one, but every referee likes to have their little quirks. Just like the fighters, you want to identify yourselves, brand yourselves. This referee in there, he gets the leg up to start the competition. So both fighters, we're in a clinch right now. This is another one of the most grueling aspects of mixed martial arts. It doesn't look like they're doing so much now, but these fighters are working hard. They're trying to gain leverage, control. They're on the ground now. We got the Russian fighter on the top. He's trying to work around the guard. Oh, he's taking an S mount. He's going to look for an armbar from here. No, Chinese fighter's done well to hold his leg to limit that opportunity. Chinese fighter's doing quite well. The Russian fighter on top trying to maintain control. Chinese fighter is doing quite well. He's limiting from any ground and pound, not taking any serious damage while in this position. Okay. You hear the referee calling for action. If there isn't any action or movement, he'll stand the fighters up, and that will be to the Chinese fighter's advantage.
Now, where am I going? This way? I'm going this way. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, we're going to have a different look at the arena. It's actually a very good attendance. Okay, where am I going? I'm going over here from the corner. Now what do we have here? The Russian fighter is victorious in that. Do you know, I have no idea how he's going to get that trophy home on the plane. Imagine getting that through customs. So that was a pretty short fight, as Greg was saying. That one incorporates a lot of different styles. The Russian fighter obviously came out on top with that one fairly quickly. And as Greg was saying earlier, it's a good opportunity for Chinese fighters to learn, develop as the MMA tries to grow in China. It's gone kind of under the radar up until now, I suppose, but events like this are really helping the sport grow. Okay, and there he is. And there he is. We just get a shot of the fighter as he walks out. Okay, so stand by. I think we're going to be talking to actress and anchor Liu Yan soon. Hopefully,
venue organization certainly not lacking for ring girls. A great victory for the Russian.
Extremely excited to be here. Extremely excited to help the sport grow in China. He is, of course, very well respected in America and a big fighter himself. You know, I certainly wouldn't mess with him on any level.
降服对手，获得比赛最终胜利。Winner is blue corner。好，现在我们有请网信新颖人。
Now the handing over of the ridiculously large trophy.
王家，华润雪花啤酒中国有限公司品牌经理张瑞德。
If you're just joining us, we're being streamed on YouTube, Facebook, Sign Away Bout and the CGTN app. I'm going to be with you for the next 30 minutes or so, 20 minutes or so, streaming some of the action live here, getting reaction from the fans, some celebrities, and one of the referees in question as well as this Belt and Road event continues. Thank you very much for sticking with me. Okay. Okay. I think we're going to have a chat with one of the ring girls now. Stay with me. Hello. Sorry, you were told we were going to be speaking to her. Right, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Karina. I am a model here and especially model for this fight night.
How many events have you done when it comes to the MMA?
What?
How many events have you done, MMA events?
You mean for fights or? I don't know. Almost every day.
Every day?
Almost every day.
God, where'd you find the time?
This is my life. The events and the kind of modeling job is my life. So for what I'm going, I find the time every day.
Do you travel the world with this job, or are you based just in China?
I do, but already for 4 years I stuck here.
Oh, and are you still enjoying it, or has it become a bit tired?
I love China. I love this place.
I suppose you don't get much time for yourself, though.
What?
You don't get much free time.
Not so. Let's say like this, yes.
So I want to ask you about being a ring girl. Obviously, you're there to look nice and give everyone something to look at, which is wonderful. I wonder, is there any competition with ring girls? Is there lots of competition within you guys, or do you just really get on? Are you like your family?
You know, I love this kind of competition. Where is my country? And I'm all. It's not my job. I cannot call this job. I enjoy it so much when I can watch and be next to my country.
So you're rooting for the Russian fighters, obviously.
No, Ukrainian.
Ukrainian. That's what I'm sorry, but they've been done very well so far today.
But actually, I vote for the Belarus, for Russia, for all the kind of, you know, the SSR was before.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much. Wow. Sorry, excuse me, I just need to... Yep. Okay, that'll be great. Don't focus on me, focus on them. Okay, cool. Guys, can you just wave to the camera for the people we're live streaming to? Just wave for a couple of seconds to all your Chinese fans. Can we get a wave out, you guys? Lovely. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my bikini, otherwise I'd join them. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. Enjoy the rest of the day. Okay. Make sure I don't get crushed by this camera. Where are you? You missed your chance.
Sorry?
You missed your chance.
Oh, I didn't miss anything.
You watching?
I got a bit
bit of an iPhone. We'll keep that quiet.
Tell you what, absolutely. Obviously, they're all very beautiful women, but I tell you what, great fun as well. Very smart, enjoying their job. What a life to have.
Look at this scene here. This is fantastic. The mixing of cultures and entertainment here. We've got ring girls from Russia. We've got fighters from China. We've got fans from all over Beijing. It's really
Here's a question. In female fights, do they have male ring?
Absolutely, yeah. You'll have female fighters doing kickboxing, the free combat, also in mixed martial arts. Right now, some of the biggest stars in the world are the women's fighters.
No, but I mean, obviously we have a women's event. What I'm asking is, do they have male ringmen?
Sorry, men?
Do they have ringmen for the women's fights?
I think they tried it once and it just didn't go over well. Those short shorts on a guy, it never works.
It doesn't really work out,
I, for one, don't want to see any Belarusians in tight cut jean shorts. So.
Oh no, it might add something different. I tell you, we haven't got anything to fall back on as a career if broadcasting doesn't work out. I think I need a better haircut first. Right, so what we got going on now, Greg?
I can see you up there.
We've got another Chinese fighter.
Pink tops.
I think I need a better haircut first. Right, so what we got going on now, Greg? We've got another Chinese fighter.
Right now, the Chinese fighters have not been doing so well in the MMA. We're seeing the strength of the Russians in their grappling and their ground game. 2 wins by submission. And their ground game, 2 wins by submission so far. So we'll see. Hopefully the Chinese athletes can do a little bit better. I want to see a knockout. I want to see some kicks and punches. Right now, everything's been going to the ground.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything too extreme. That's actually to the fighter's credit. To the fighter's credit that we haven't seen any big knockouts or anything like that. There is an even competition in some aspects.
I think a lot of it shows the experience of some of these foreign fighters. These guys, most of them have 10, 12 or more bouts under their belt. They're coming in here and they're forcing the Chinese to fight their game. Unfortunately, the young Chinese guys, this is a learning lesson. It's a chance for them to learn to impose their skills on the foreign fighter, and it's really quite difficult to do.
The fighting culture needs to have my mic taken off him.
Mike's just been robbed of his microphone, so we're going to be sharing, it seems.
My mic's off, so we're going to have to...
So we got another bout just starting here. Chinese in the blue shorts.
Perhaps we could get a couple of shots of that.
The Georgian in the black shorts. Another mixed martial arts. Right now they're just squaring off. Oh, Chinese with a nice jab.
Should we go a bit closer?
Yeah. You see the Chinese fighter looking to keep his distance, trying to establish a jab. A bit low,
a bit low.
A little bit low. Now these fighters are wearing protection. Good kick. Bit low there. A little bit low. Now these fighters are wearing protection, but as you and I both know, it's never nice to get hit like that.
Perhaps in China, but there's martial arts here.
It's a strong wrestling background. That's what you see in countries like Georgia, Russia, Belarus. These guys. It's a strong wrestling background. That's what you see in countries like Georgia, Russia, Belarus. These guys have been wrestling and competing at an Olympic level for a long time. In China, as you say, it's the striking, the kung fu background. So we're going to see a lot more kicks and punches out of these athletes. But in a mixed martial arts fight like this, it can be very difficult to impose your striking. Most fights end up on the ground. They end up in a clinch. And as you'll see here, the Russian looking to close distance. Oh, and it's the Chinese athlete going for the takedown. Oh, fantastic! Wow, excellent slam. The Chinese fighter is on top.
What would you
looking to establish control. Oh, they've had to take a break because the
slam.
Georgian fighter was out of the ring. That was a slam, absolutely slam, be it WWE or anything, that was a slam. Because they went out of the ring, the referee is now repositioning them as they were when the play had to be stopped. Chinese fighter on top looking to establish control.
I was coming back there.
He has a possible chance for a guillotine here. Oh, Georgian fighter trying to get back to his feet, but he's, very good. Back to their feet now. So that's something we haven't seen yet from the Chinese fighters is them initiating the takedown.
Oh, he's gone!
Big slam.
He's gone!
That was fantastic.
Can we get a shot of that, please?
Whoa, Superman punch. Oh, it's a knockout! What a knockout! Chinese, a square knockout, clean knockout.
Fair play to him.
What a strike! Wow! Wow, this is somebody to watch. He showed excellent takedown ability, controlled him on the ground, and that was the highlight of the night. A clean straight right lands for the knockout.
Oh, he's having to be stretched off. Sorry, can we just get a shot?
Wow,
of
the Georgian fighter's still on the mat.
He's having to be stretched off. Sorry. He's not in a good shape. Can we just
Take
have
a
a look
look.
at that?
That was a clean shot. Take a look at the action in the ring. The Georgian fighter's still on the ground recovering from that blow. Vicious knockout. What a punch. A straight right over the top. That will end it. Beautiful timing.
One hell of a
excellent.
strike.
Definitely the most exciting victory we've seen here tonight. MMA, obviously, these fighters are wearing 4-ounce gloves, which is just enough to protect their hands. A clean shot like that, it doesn't even have to be that powerful, but right on the button, out. Not likely a broken jaw, but more than enough to knock him out cold. The Georgian fighter now being carried out of the ring. He's going to need some further attention. Again, a stunning victory. Wow. Everybody on their feet. Ring girls are excited as we are.
He's showing a lot of mettle with this Russian fighter, refusing to be stretched out.
He will be all right. One of the aspects of mixed martial arts, the referees know when a fighter's injured, they will stop it right away. Obviously, no question about that one, but you see, the Georgian fighter is able to walk off on his own power.
Well, he's managed.
He's going to be all right.
But
What a knockout. Fantastic.
Well, he's managed to walk off with a bit of bravery. I mean, it looked quite severe at first, but you know, when they rush on with the stretchy, I suppose you think the worst, but it's just precaution, fighter safe one and done.
That's the thing with these small gloves. It limits the impact. It's quick, one and done, and you recover. In boxing, in kickboxing, the bigger gloves means accumulated blows, and that can often do more damage. So the one quick knockout like that, he will recover, he'll be okay. I wouldn't want to be taking that, but he'll be okay.
Mike Fox joined by Greg Lafrady at the belt. Sorry.
Well, Mike recovers. We've also, time of the year in Beijing, we got a lot of dust in the air, but what we just saw a fantastic knockout, likely the highlight of the night. Chinese fighter prevailing in a really close bout. That was excellent. Fighter's now being awarded a mammoth trophy, and he certainly earned it for that knockout. What a performance.
This is the second edition of the Belt and Road.
That's right, yeah.
First one wasn't, it kind of went under the radar really, didn't it?
I must admit I missed out on the first one, so this, the second event, obviously a success. Thousands of fans here in attendance, great fighters, celebrities here watching as well. It's really a great way to spend a Saturday afternoon in Beijing. Yeah. Chinese fighter now leaving the ring. Fantastic performance. You know, Mike, I think a lot of the crowd is stunned. That was a really violent end. A thrilling fight, but not many people expect to see such a brutal finish.
Out of the way of this camera.
No. Well done. Definitely. A fighter to watch. He showed excellent, an amazing slam, and then to follow it up with that straight right knockout. Oh, beautiful. Really good work.
That's supposed for one or two selfies.
Taking in the attention. The Chinese fighter is literally being mobbed by fans right now. He has earned it. That was great.
California.
And you've been an MMA referee for how long?
Since 1999.
So now, did you ever think you'd find yourself in China officiating when you started in 1999?
I've been to China. This is my 5th time coming to China to referee.
What were the other 4?
Kickboxing, and MMA.
So one of the things I want to ask you about, one of the big issues in UFC and MMA right now is fighter safety. And obviously it's fighter safety that's a big issue in MMA right now. And obviously when it comes to that, you're the most important person in the ring. Does that add pressure to a referee when you're in charge of you know, because we can't tell, the audience can't tell if someone's wavering or anything like that, but you have to call it straight away to guarantee that safety. Does that add pressure?
Is that him about the knock?
Pressure is self-imposed. It's only a lot of pressure if you make it a lot of pressure. You just have to be on top of what's going on, stay focused in the ring, not what the crowd is saying.
You got your own microphone there? This one? Yeah. You got your own microphone there? This one?
You have to stay focused on what you're doing out there. There is a certain amount of pressure, but you can't let it get to you. There's going to be injuries. There's going to be bad injuries. You have to
Do you have a mixed martial arts background yourself?
So once you see the injuries, you got to be able to jump in and stop it.
In order to be an MMA referee or
I was a
referee
kickboxer.
any kind of martial art, do you think it's essential that you yourself were trained in the arts? Any kind of martial art, do you think it's essential that you yourself were trained in the arts?
It's essential that you are in the sport, be it kickboxing or MMA or wrestling. As you know right now, a lot of wrestlers are dominating the UFC. A lot of wrestlers, John Jones, Daniel Cormier, George St. Pierre, Matt Serra, Matt Hughes, they're all wrestlers. So you need to be in the sport, you need to make yourself knowledgeable, even if you're a kickboxer.
Of course, when
you
you
want to do
started,
MMA,
the big combat sport,
you gotta make
although it
yourself
was
knowledgeable
entertainment, it still is very
MMA.
dominant. It's wrestling. That was still big combat sport, although it was entertainment, it still is very dominant.
Well,
Wrestling was the dominant.
when I started,
combat
MMA hadn't been invented.
Do you think we're going to see like the UFC overtake wrestling as the main combat sport?
Well,
do you think we're going to see like the UFC? If you look at the pay-per-view figures, they're on a par.
I don't know. The sport is changing so fast. Things that did a year ago is not going to work this year. The guys are getting so good at everything. Before, it was Gracie and the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, and people weren't aware. They didn't acknowledge themselves on what to do in there. Wrestlers came in and they got the Gracies down, but they didn't know what to do when they got them down. Then wrestlers came out and made themselves knowledgeable, and so when they got them down, now they know what to do. But coming in there with just one sport, you ain't gonna go far. You got to box, you got to kickbox, you got to do MMA, you got to be wrestling. Even the Gracies, even the Machados, they're going to people and learning how to wrestle now.
What is your relationship with the fighters like? Because I'm sure you spend a lot of time around them, but you can't say you're friends.
No, I don't. In California and Nevada and other states, you can't. You can be friendly, but not friends.
Yeah.
You can say good morning.
There's a mutual respect.
Mutual respect. You say good morning. How was your dinner or something like that. You can't sit down with them and have a drink. You can't sit down with them, have dinner and talk, because the guy that loses is going to say,
Do
hey,
any of them, after they retired, you form relationships with any retired
you can be
fighters?
friends, friendly, but not friends.
Do any of them, after they retired, you form relationships with any retired
I knew
fighters?
him. Well, some of them I know. I knew Chuck Liddell, MMA, the Iceman. I knew him 17 years before he went to MMA. And I refereed him as a kickboxer. I seen him win, I seen him lose, and when the MMA started, he wanted to try MMA. He lost his first fight. He went back to his original trainer, and it was all uphill since then. Yeah, but some of them we knew. Some of the fighters, the MMA fighters, I knew their instructors. I knew their instructor's instructor. But I can't let that influence. Like one time, Chuck Liddell was fighting, and I gave the fight to the other fighter. Two of us did. So
finally, you've been doing this for 18 years. You're going to be doing it for 18 more?
So
as we say in Alabama, 18 years. Doing it for 18 more?
As we say in Alabama, I was born and raised in Alabama. I'm going to do it for
Thank
the
you
next
very
10 years,
much,
next 18 years. If the creek don't rise and the good Lord don't take me home.
Enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We'll catch up with you. Do that properly.
Yeah, there you go.
very
All
much.
right.
I'll take that
Thank
mic
you.
off. Enjoy the rest of the
All
event.
right, thank you.
Okay, we'll catch up with Greg now. Do you want to describe what's going on?
Action-packed
Greg,
fight
you're
here.
going to pass you the microphone here. Would you want to describe what's going on?
We are seeing an action-packed fight here. This is fantastic. Zulfikar Usmanov in the blue trunks representing Russia. Chinese fighter Bo Yan just had a fan. Oh! Just strike back there. Bo Yan looked like he was in trouble a little bit earlier, but he has certainly recovered. He knocked Zulfikar down with a solid straight right. Now they're back in the ring, back on even terms right now. This has been a really entertaining bout to finish the card. Huge age difference here, Mike. The Russian, 37 years old. The Chinese Bo Yan, just 20 years old. And he's acquitting himself very well right now. Saw something I have never seen before in a fight when one of the advertisements on the ring canvas came off on the Russian's foot. He managed to dispose of it and stay in the bout. We've seen some big blows landed already, an action-packed first round. We're yet to see any of the MMA fights go the distance. Oh,
I'm intrigued to know.
Bo Yan's coming out of the
I'm
ring. They're
intrigued
going to
to
have
know,
to stop it and bring it back to the
what
center.
do these guys make?
But again, a very
if they're at
evenly
the top
matched
of the
contest.
sport? What's their earning potential? Because obviously in the UFC we're talking millions, but on this circuit, what are we talking? What's their earning?
Well, right now,
Jason
Herzog, the referee in the ring right now. To be honest, I'm not sure. As we heard from Jason Herzog, the referee in the ring right now, he talked about this events at this level are one of his favorite because these fighters are fighting for the love of the sport, for the passion. They're trying to climb and grow. Exactly. Now, obviously, they're getting a payday and they're putting on a show and they're earning every bit of it. But it's not about money. Likely they will have part-time jobs, even full-time jobs, and they're doing this on the side. The Russian Zulfikar is 37 years old. So for him to be in this sport this long, he would have had to make some money, but he's had to work for it. Man, now Russian back on top. Bo Yan down, but he's looking to recover. Not a lot of threat from the Russian on the top right now. He's looking to work up. But this is really Bo Yan's covering up, limiting any damage. But this is where you see the raw, the best aspects of the sport. Before the millions of dollars come into play, you see guys really putting it all on the line. Traveling from foreign countries like Russia, Georgia, Belarus to risk their necks literally against some top Chinese
Again, if
competitors.
you're just
here
joining
in China.
us, it's me and Greg Lafredi at the Belton Road Fighting Tournament, the second edition of that. We're being streamed on YouTube, the CGTN app, Facebook as well. And so far, it's been a lot of fun. Second edition of that, we're being streamed on YouTube, the CGTN app, Facebook as well. And so far, it's been a lot of fun.
It has, absolutely. An exciting card so far. We are in the 7th and final fight of the afternoon.
It looks like it's going to be the best as well.
Absolutely. They've picked it well. Whoever's matching these guys up has done a good job. They are swinging, trading leather right now. Wow! Bo Yan just came across with a big looping right hand. Zulfikar counters with a knee. 10 seconds left. First round is about to... It has been a tight contest. Now, what's very interesting when we get into the later rounds, we're going to see who's got the gas tank. Cardio is obviously so important. You're useless if you've got no energy. So we're going to see who's got the better gas tank going into the second round. Both fighters really laid it all on the line in that first 5 minutes.
Do you think age is going to be a factor?
It's going to be an interesting second round. May it go to the third of the judges' scorecards. We'll see.
Age is going to be a factor.
Absolutely.
I think he was hoping to knock him out in the first round.
The Russian
I think he's looking at towards the end of that round. Certainly, he was looking he was going to tire, especially when they were grappling towards the end. He didn't look on point.
Absolutely. The Russian came out stronger, but as we saw, Bo Yan managed to establish himself. A couple big blows, and we're going to see a really good second round coming up. Again, China's 20-year-old Bo Yan doing great work in that first round. We'll see if he can keep it up in the second.
I know what you're looking at. I know what you're looking at.
The fans, taking in the fans. The real winners tonight, certainly. look around this arena, and there's a lot of people. Probably many of them are new, maybe haven't watched too many mixed martial arts contests before. But this, that's right. The attendance and the atmosphere really bodes well for the growth of this sport in China and all of Asia. The fighters are back in, the second ring has begun, and they're starting as they finished, swinging big blows. Now this is exhausting. Whether you connect or miss, this is exhausting, throwing these kinds of punches. So we'll see if anybody's saving themselves a little bit. Remember, this is 5-minute rounds. 3 5-minute rounds. We're just 30 seconds into the start of the second round. Boyan pressuring, looking to cut the cage off.
Breathing very heavily.
Russian is countering, but I must say he looks flatter on his feet right now than Boyan, who's really pressing the action. You see Boyan light on his feet, bouncing around. Perhaps he's saving something. He needs to establish a jab. Right now, they're looking for the knockout punch, and that's not the way to do it. You need to set it up with some jabs, with some shorter blows before you land that big right cross. Well, sometimes that can danger a fighter, because you see your opponent is hurt, you start taking greater risks, greater chances. With these small gloves and the power these guys have, one punch can end it, as we saw in the previous fight. So, throwing caution to the wind can certainly be... Oh! Russian fighter Zulfikar just came in with a solid right hand. Nice 1-2 combination. Boyan, though, looking very solid in there. You look at the size of his legs, too. He has a strong base. I think he's clearly shown that he can take a punch. He weathered the storm in the first round, and he's looking to fresher the fighters as we near the midpoint. Nice kick. Boyan with going high with the left kick. Zulfikar looking to dig in now. He's trying to clinch. Boyan circles out of it. You can see the damage on the Russian's face. So we're now more than halfway through this entertaining second round of what's been a fantastic fight. Boyan circling up, an eye poke. Referee calls time, inadvertent eye poke. That's the problem with these gloves. In mixed martial arts, unlike in boxing, the gloves they wear are open-fingered. The reason is so that they can work for submissions, grab their opponents better. One of the problems with it is those fingers often end up in an opponent's eye. When something like that happens, the referee calls time, takes a short break, lets the fighter recover. He's coming over and giving a warning to the Chinese fighter Boyan, but no points will be deducted. Again, it was not intentional, by accident blow. The Russian fighter showing some damage, not from that eye poke, but from the strikes that Boyan has landed so far. They're back on, the action is back on. We're going to see what we can do. Can we catch any of this action in the ring? This is really great fighting. Let's see if we can circle around here. Boyan pressing the action. You can see he's got Zulfikar up against the cage, trying to work his way in. Zulfikar lunging now, the Russian lunging. Oh, Boyan with a nice leg kick. That can pay dividends in later rounds. Very good. You can hear the crack of that like a baseball bat. Another eye poke. Unfortunate. Again, this is not intentional, but it's going to cause a stoppage now. Referee Jason Herzog may choose to give a sterner warning or perhaps even deduct a point. So once again, Russian fighter Zulfikar Osmov trying to recover from that eye poke. That's the second time that Boyan has managed to put a finger in his opponent's eye. Obviously an inadvertent, unintentional blow, but one that really can have a big effect. So Jason Herzog, the referee, was going over. He talked to Boyan. We'll try to explain. Obviously, Boyan knows that you cannot be doing this. He's got to watch his weapons, though. You really got to keep those fingers in. He wasn't trying to strike in the eye. He was likely trying to push off, establish distance to set up his strikes. Referee Jason Herzog monitoring the situation. He just instructed
没灯，回来，亮，上面亮着啊！回去。你给大车令。
Watch your fingers.
Distance. He's not putting everything into these punches, so he's going to save some energy. Whoa, big shot from the Russian. All right, Boyen's backed the Russian into a corner. Russian managed to fight his way out of it. Usmanov now looking to close distance, a solid right hand there. Looking for the takedown now, perhaps slow it down a little bit. Grappling is likely going to be his advantage here. He certainly has not found it on the ground. Usmanov getting him to the ground now. Looking to establish, looking to get his hooks in. Perhaps try for a rear naked choke, no. Boyen reversed it, he's got him in his guard now. Boyen on the ground. The Russian is in the Chinese guard. Boyen going with an open guard. This will allow him to try and get back to his feet. It also allows the Russian to perhaps get off a bit more ground and pound. Referee Jason Herzog calling for action. Possibility that he will stand the fighters up if there isn't enough action. Usmanov still trying to get control. You can see just how tired both of these fighters are. At this point, the slimmest of margins really separating these two fighters. They've done a great job. I'm trying to watch the action up on the big screen at the same time. Oh, Usmanov trying to look for the takedown. Boyen now on top. Boyen on top in mount. He's going to rain down some blows. Boyen looking to finish this. Well done. Oh, possible armbar. Going for the armbar. He's got the leg over. He's got it control. Boyen looking to end. Oh no. The Russian has popped out. And now Usmanov on top. Boyen reverses it again. Boyen, I am really impressed by this young 20-year-old Chinese. He has shown fantastic resolve. He's gotten stung a few times. Remember, Usmanov, a 37-year-old veteran of this. 20-year-old Boyen showing fantastic heart. Right now, Usmanov has locked up Boyen, limiting any damage. Referee just warned him for an inadvertent elbow. It wasn't a large strike. Forearms are legal in this mixed martial arts contest. Elbows are not. Boyen still in mount. Has a great chance for a submission here. Oh, looking to pound him out. The referee may stop it. He may stop this. Herzog looking very closely. He may stop this. Asking Usmanov to defend himself. Usmanov really in some trouble here. Boyen might be able to finish this. He's in mount, raining blows down. Boyen looking to end this. A couple of clean shots would do it. Jason Herzog almost stepping in there. Man, if Boyen wasn't so exhausted. Again, raining some blows down. These don't have too much sting to them. Boyen in full mount, really in control here. If he doesn't get the stoppage, he's definitely going to get the decision win. Excellent showing from the young Chinese. More blows from the top. Usmanov isn't even trying to get out of this position. He's just trying to last to the bell. Usmanov all but giving up right now. Boyen still looking to end this. You see the Russian not even trying to get back to his feet. He's not bucking, not attempting to lift. He is exhausted. Boyen in complete control, looking to put an end to this. And there's the final bell. Boyen didn't get the stoppage, but he put on a fantastic show. Definitely a victory for the young Chinese, and what a way to finish these 7 fights. Definitely the fight of the night. Wow. The fans were loving it. So the ring girls are making their way into while the judges tabulate the scores. from what we saw there. Unlikely that the Chinese is going to lose this one. I would say a majority decision for Liu Yan. Just 20 years old, really showing that he's got a future in this sport.
这场比赛呢已经结束，双方打满了3个回合。俄罗斯的拳手也相当不容易，37岁，比中国拳手整整大了17岁。说得上是一场殊值大战，比赛精彩纷呈。好，70公斤级 MMA 综合格斗，红帮中国选手严博，蓝帮俄罗斯选手胡斯巴诺夫。比赛结果1号裁判29比27，红方胜29 and 27。2号区裁判28比28，双方平。3号计分裁判29比28，红方胜。最终，红方中国选手严博获得比赛最终胜利。有请颁奖嘉宾，中国石化会中心总经理杨文金先生。有请副局长理事共同为手颁奖。观众朋友们，2017第2届北京汽车越野世家杯北京格斗“一带一路”国际搏击对抗赛到这里全部结束。那么在这里呢，我们也代表亚洲太平洋广播联盟、中华出版促进会和北京市昌平区人民政府3家主办单位，以及北京市昌平区体育局、北京格斗投资有限公司2家承办单位对所有给予我们赛事支持和帮助的相关单位，对现场所有的观众朋友到来表示衷心的感谢。我们现在呢，请参赛的选手。
After 7 fantastic fights, the event has come to an end. We saw 3 free combat fights followed by 4 MMA, mixed martial arts fights. Chinese athletes lost the first 2 fights, but then really turned things around in the final 2. We saw a thrilling knockout from Bai Sin To, a straight right hand that put his Georgian opponent flat out on the canvas, had to be helped out of the ring. The final fight was absolutely the fight of the night. We saw 20-year-old Liu Yan of China take on Russian Zulfikar Usmanov in a thrilling affair that went to the judges' scorecards.
取得更加圆满的效果，希望大家继续给我们鼎力支持。
Performance, and I gotta say, Liu Yan, an up-and-coming star, one to watch. At just 20 years old, to show the poise he did against a veteran of Zulfikar's experience. 37 years old, he's been around for some time. Liu Yan, though, one to watch for the future. Right now, the ring girls and other dignitaries are all in the ring for the final presentations. We'll have the tournament sponsors, some more trophies to be given out. 7 excellent fights. The fans looking very happy. I see a lot of smiles. I think a lot of people perhaps surprised. Many people perhaps not so well versed in mixed martial arts or combat sports so much here. But to come and see a live event of this magnitude is really important, and it bodes well for the future of the sport in China.
感谢我们的回合2，感谢电视前观众朋友们。
For those of you who've been around for these 7 fights, thank you very much for tuning into this live stream. Once again, I'm Greg Lafredi, host of CGTN Sports Scene, and I've been joined by the always affable Michael Fox. We call him Mike, it's just much easier. 7 excellent fights. It's really been a thrilling performance. Again, fight of the night would have to go to 20-year-old Liu Yan. Tremendous performance. Perhaps you can tell, but I am a devout mixed martial art fan, and I'm really impressed from what I saw in the ring today from the young 20-year-old Liu Yan. Hi folks, once again. Hi guys, once again, Greg Lafredi here in Chongqing, Beijing, for what's been a fantastic afternoon of fights. We saw 7 bouts this evening, 3 free combat, 4 mixed martial arts, MMA bouts. In the final 2 bouts, definitely the performance of the night. The 6th bout won by knockout, a stunning straight right hand that felled his Georgian opponent. That was China's Bai Xin-to. In the final bout, the only one to go to the judges' scorecards, 20-year-old Liu Yan defeated Zulfikar Usmanov of Russia in an excellent outing for the young 20-year-old Chinese. He was full of slams, had some good ground and pound, he managed to fight off submissions, and really he won it with an accumulation of blows. The end of the fight, Liu Yan was on top in mount position, in full control. Usmanov unable. Hey!
I found one that matches the color of your hair.
Fantastic! If you can't trade blows in the ring, trade them with these things.
We can have a good fight with this.
The fans are now just leaving, but if you look around, a lot of happy faces here. Not sure how many fight fans came into this, but I think there's a lot more leaving. Really bodes well for the growth of this sport.
I'll be honest, I haven't been to that many MMA events in my lifetime, so I didn't really know what to expect, but this has been great fun. I think it was a little slow to get into at times, but by the end we had the headline fight with Liu Yan. That was absolutely great entertainment.
That's right. The matchmakers did a really good job. The last 2 fights in particular were close, thrilling contests. If you look around this auditorium, fans are leaving happy and excited, kids as well.
A lot of kids came.
Even children here enjoying the sport. And that's how this sport is going to grow, by getting the youths interested in this.
It was interesting to pick up on something you said earlier about the brotherhood that's involved with MMA fighters, how they shake hands after as well. You're going to have to excuse the fans that are leaving at the moment. Nothing we can do about crowd control. The brotherhood that exists, and that's a really positive message to send to these kids and a lot of children here as well. I think we're being shoved to one side, Greg.
I'm losing my
As we were saying, just a really positive message to the kids watching. It's not all about the fight, it's about the discipline as much as anything.
Exactly. In combat sports particularly, it's mano a mano, man on man, 1 versus 1. You leave it all in the ring. These fighters come out, they achieve tremendous respect for each other. They don't speak the same language, they don't share the same culture, but the language of fighting speaks for itself.
And the other thing they also share the same locker room. And you can be guaranteed that they'll be going there backstage after everything's taken down, after all the lights have gone, after the pyrotechnics have gone as well. They'll be chilling out together, talking and wondering when they're going to meet next. So it's wonderful to see. No, I know how you feel. I had a bit of that earlier. A lot of dust in the air today. A lot of dust.
But as Mike said, win or lose, these fighters are going home happy. They've gained some valuable experience. And we've seen perhaps some up-and-coming stars. The last 2 Chinese fighters in particular, Bai Xin-to and Liu Yan, really put on a tremendous show for the fans. They showed me that they've got a lot of potential. There's some big organizations in China, and there's a chance for them to grow and to move into those. As this sport becomes larger worldwide, a lot of opportunities for these fighters.
It was almost like a passing of the torch fight, you could almost say, couldn't you? Because as you said, the Russian fighter, was he from Russia?
That's right.
37 years old against a 20-year-old.
That's right. Nearly.
That's almost the same age gap between me and you.
Just about. You can guess which one is the older there. Anyway, we've got a cordon of security over here. We've got some of the celebrities in attendance. Earlier you heard from pool player, Pan Xiaoting.
Who did say she's willing to go in an MMA fight if she can use her pool cue.
Dangerous opponent that. She's now making her way up on the stage, will make her way into the ring. Sponsors and stuff will still have an opportunity to present themselves despite most of the fans having left the venue. I, for one, have been thoroughly entertained. It's not often you get to see a mixed martial arts fight of this caliber, and to get to see it up close and to see some young Chinese fighters really show their skills.
I've got a very special interview coming up.
Stick around. Mike Fox is we've still got more to come. So far today, we've heard from 2 American referees. We've heard from Pan Xiaoting, Queen of the Nine Ball, and yet we've got one more coming up with a famous Chinese actress, singer, choreographer.
As I said earlier, we're not done quite just yet. Just enjoying this being streamed on YouTube, Facebook, the CGTN app, and on Sina Weibo. Mike Fox with the Stadium, the Melbourne Bureau fighting second edition tournament. We've got a special interview with a very big celebrity coming up now, so I believe I've got to go up some stairs. You just follow me. I think we'll pop like Greg. Okay. You're going to have to get my lovely producer to direct me. Are you going to come, Greg? My guide seems to have left me. Which way do we go? Should get a lovely tour of the backroom bits. Oh, here we go.
Trying to make our way into the dressing room.
Just waiting for a bit of security to come clear, but hopefully we're going to be speaking to actress and TV presenter Liu Yan. She was at ringside looking very nice. Here we go.
She's coming up here right now.
And my lovely translator is going to be joining me as well. Mudan, please. Well, there's a lot of people here watching me as I walk in. Probably can't understand what I'm saying, but hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Hello, pleasure to meet you. Right, so if I have my translator with me as well, for the second time today, I'm joined by very famous actress and TV presenter Liu Yan. Thank you very much. How did you get involved in MMA? Because you're a patron of this event, aren't you?
因为是新艺人的股东嘛，然后特别邀请，然后参加了我们有投资的这个项目的格斗比赛。
Did you enjoy the show today? Was it one of the better shows you've seen?
现在还非常的紧张和刺激，虽然已经结束了，但是第一次这么近距离的看搏击，哇，觉得跟电影里电视看到不一样，太酷了。
How did you get involved with mixed martial arts and being at the center of the promotion side of things?
Mm, 刚才讲过了。
Oh, sorry, my apologies. Finally, we see a lot of MMA fighters who go on to star in films. A lot of wrestlers, boxers who go to be actresses and things like that. Do you think many actors would like to try their hand at mixed martial arts?
你说，就是他说有很多就是拳手啊，或者参与到这种运动的从事的明星，就参与到了影视表演中，也有可能反过来的，也是让这些明星有可能就是参与到这个运动中。有啊，因为像演艺界也有很多男艺人嘛，比如说像彭于晏啊、张家辉啊，还有很多的演员，就是他们如果拍类似搏击的这样的一些电影的项目的话，他们会投入到专业的训练当中。 尤其听说张震是还拿到了很多证书吧，对。
Okay, thank you very much. I'll leave you to it. Lovely to meet you. Okay, that just about wraps everything up. Thank you for joining us. If you joined us on YouTube, Facebook, or the CGTN app, it's been fun, hasn't it, Greg?
Wonderful, fantastic experience. We're really lucky to have been here to catch this all. And a lot of happy fans leaving the building too. As you said, we had people of all ages. There were some young kids in that audience getting perhaps their first taste of mixed martial arts and combat sports. And there was, I believe we spoke to a 90-year-old gentleman who had made the trip all the way here to Beijing to take in this prestigious event. So really a lot of fun now. And some Pan Xiaoting on my right. We were just talking to Liu Yan. Obviously, these kind of events bring out the best and brightest of the city.
Oh, hello. We're not done yet.
She's kind of greeting all the fans with English.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And we've got the Queen of Nine Ball back. You might remember earlier on in the stream, we were speaking to Pan Xiaoting. She's obviously a patron of this event, that's why she's here today. So she's going to say hello to our lovely viewers at home. Over to you. I'll hand you the mic as well.
Hello, CGTN's friends. My name is Xiaoting Pan. I'm Chinese pool player. I'm so happy and it's really excited in this tournament. So thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. What a lovely way to sign off. Don't forget you can catch Sports Scene 3:30 Beijing time on CGTN. Also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Weibo as well. Just go on CGN Sports Scene. But for me and Greg, for now it's goodbye.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a great day.